Teflon. All the dope I stepped on. Real, get the rush gone. Been that nigga, what else you want? Power, powder, respect. I want that money and power and power. Money and powder and power. Money and powder and power.
That paper, yeah, I gotta stack that. Them diamonds keep blinking, we might have to jack that. Now boy, when that blicky come out, you get clapbacks. Draw down with a little joint, I'm at you like pat. Come back when them candles out round your block and kick that. Come back when your funeral in progress and hit that. Hit your back to back, your bitch ass won't even hit back. Yeah, we splashing in fashion. Nigga, you could drink the drip, catch you slipping, we sliding. Your niggas on some different shit, we hit the lick, we with the shit. Shh. When you get hit, quiet down. No need for the talking, the fuck is that about?
Tougher than a Teflon. All the dope I stepped on. Real, get the rush gone. Been that nigga, what else you want? Power, powder, respect. I want that money and power and power. Money and powder and power. Money and powder and power.
What up? Welcome back to another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast, brought to you by dopecontent.com and MT Darkness on Twitter and Twitch. Make sure you follow my guy on Twitter and Twitch.
High Score, what's up?
We got a loaded show for you, but it's going to be a quick show for you. So if you know the game, or if you not know the game, you know, I feel bad for you. If you are know the game, shout out to you for being here. And if you know the game and you still late, I don't know what to tell you. Rob, there you go, Rob. So look, the stream bot is running on YouTube, it's running on Twitch. That lets me know that we are live on both. Shout out to everybody that's here on both platforms. And yeah, we're not gonna waste time. So
KM, what's good? How you doing? Go ahead, Dope. Sorry.
What we're gonna do today is, if you know how we do on the after premium live event / pay-per-view, we kind of skip over Raw, SmackDown, or whatever, and just save you some time. We go straight into the Backlash, which was the last night in Puerto Rico, which was fire. You know what I noticed the last 2 years?
What's that?
Backlash buildup was absolutely trash, but the actual Backlash event has been great.
Was it bad last year too?
It was horrible last year. And then it was a whole bunch of a whole bunch of rematches. Ronda versus Charlotte.
Oh again. Yes, you're right.
And literally the only bad match on that card last year was Madcap Moss versus Corbin.
You are right. That was a bunch of rematches. That was the only. Yeah, the Madcap and Corbin was the only first match. You're right. Am I muted? Oh my gosh. There we go.
We good?
I'm good now. High Score, KM. I said hi to you guys. I guess you couldn't hear me. What's up? Thanks y'all for coming, and thank you for letting me know. High Score. Thank you.
Yeah, last year was Omos versus Bobby again. Edge versus AJ again. That's when Rhea Ripley made her Judgment Day debut. Ronda versus Charlotte again. Cody versus Seth again, and then we had Madcap and Corbin, which was trash, and then you had the 6-man tag, which was good, which is Roman and Usos versus who was it, Drew and RK Bro. So we hated it, the build up, because it's like this is all rematches, but it ended up being a great pay-per-view. And then this year we have this trash build up. Nothing made sense. If we want to go into Raw real quick, nothing made sense because Omos and Seth never touched or interacted Monday. And they both was there. No interaction at all. Seth even came out at the end to do the whole whatever that was, the brawl, I believe, between them. There was a big fight that broke out at the end. The Seth was there. Omos wasn't there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. We still don't know why Brock attacked Cody. And it's just, I mean, it's like they don't care about Backlash. They just want to put it on the show.
Get to the show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
it's like it was like going into this, I had interest because it was in a different. I think I'm glad WWE's going to different places now because the crowds in the US are kind of garbage, except that they're going to like Chicago or Philly.
Yeah.
So and Texas. So I like that they're going to what is it called? Different parts in the world now, because every time now, when they went to Canada, when they went to I keep wanting to call it Wales, but it's not Wales. What the hell?
Is it not Wales? Cardiff?
Cardiff. They went to Cardiff, and now they're going to Puerto Rico. All these crowds have been just insane. It just gives it such a great atmosphere that you don't normally get at a live event. So yeah, it's great.
You got Money in the Bank coming to London.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing I like about them going to these different places, it forces them to change their stage look because of the arenas. So once we play 2K24 next year, every pay-per-view won't just have a big LED screen like they do this year on 2K, because now they gotta update the arena. So that's another good thing about it. But Monday Night Raw, nothing really happened. They did the draft over again. You know, they finished it off. Rhea Ripley, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair was on SmackDown. Brock Lesnar decided he wanted to be a free agent. Dart, you know, we talked about this last week, and you said, why would anybody would not want to be a free agent? And Brock Lesnar pulled his card. What up, Don? Brock Lesnar pulled his card. I was like, yeah, make me a free agent. So
Kai Score said Brock's just a wild animal. That is true. Hey,
facts. Let me see. There's just more of the draft. So New Day has been moved to Raw. Asuka is on SmackDown, which I like for Asuka. I'm glad that happened. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez on Raw. They the women's champions right now. Trish Stratus is getting drafted. Why?
I would have just made her a free agent. That kind of makes no sense to me.
They wasted a draft on Trish Stratus. So apparently she's coming to do more than what we think she's doing.
I don't think she is. I think that's the worst part too. I think she's gonna be there for like this one match and then she's gonna be gone.
Oh wow. Karrion Kross, Scarlett stay on SmackDown. You know what? Who would have thought Ronda Rousey would have been drafted in the 4th round? And as a tag team member with Shayna Baszler.
Bro, listen, her stock has dropped dramatically since the 2nd run because she's admitted her heart's not in it. Like, and you can tell. Like the promos she's been cutting, it's just everything's been very lackluster. So
when last time they been on TV?
Who since WrestleMania?
And
they haven't been on it since WrestleMania. Yeah.
But like it's like she gets booed, and all of a sudden my heart not in it no more. Everybody's not gonna cheer you everything every time in WWE, especially with the storylines. Like if the goal was to make Ronda Rousey an average superstar, they definitely achieved that.
I mean, she's supposed to be a heel, and I feel like that's not what she's getting. It's like people are going to boo you. It's not because they actually hate you, and it's not like in the UFC when people just didn't actually like Ronda. Like this is just, you're playing a character. Right. Sometimes she gets too caught up in that. It's kind of ridiculous. So
it's the Arlington Renegades, but appreciate it, Don. Ronda can take a punch, but not a high score. What up, bro?
Damn high score, bro.
Braun Strowman and Ricochet got drafted to Raw as a tag team. LA Knight stays on SmackDown. Pretty Deadly. We said it last week. They had to get moved up. They was killed on NXT. So Pretty Deadly is on SmackDown. Rick Boogs. Why would you waste a draft? So this is my problem with the draft. This is why I call the draft a shit show on Twitter. And I said I was going to explain it. Everybody kept asking, why you say that? Why you say that? And I never responded to the comments. Watch the show if you want my response. So this is why it's a shit show. You got people like Rick Boogs getting drafted. You have Elton Prince, Kit Wilson, which is, I like that pick. but you pretty much gutted NXT, but nobody went after the two guys that's been carrying NXT since the 2.0 started. Nobody goes after Braun. Nobody goes after Carmelo at all. But
Braun especially. Braun needs to go. Like Braun should have been gone a long time ago. Like I was very shocked that Braun didn't get chosen in this draft.
Yeah,
because he has nothing left.
Nothing else to do in NXT.
No. Like that was wild to me.
But even Cameron Grimes, who hasn't been seen, gets drafted. Von Wagner is a free agent. He can do whatever he wants.
I said this last week because we reviewed SmackDown last week, and I was saying Von Wagner, MVP of the draft. He went from NXT to going on whatever brand he wants to go on now. He got drafted better than Grayson Waller did.
Yeah, Grayson Waller was one of the last picks, and it wasn't even on TV.
That was crazy. That the speech he gave after the fact too was actually pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that he's coming into the main roster with a chip on his shoulder.
But that's not the point. Get the tables. The point is if you're gonna gut NXT, you took all the women's champions. They don't have nobody to replace the tag champions
or the women's champions. Well, they're gonna have to figure that out.
Well, yeah, they said it too.
They're gonna give it to Cora Jade probably. Honestly.
Oh man. Okay.
She's the only one she's probably the most over woman on that roster now that all those guys got gutted.
But like the old WWE draft, legit anybody could go anywhere, no matter if they were, it wasn't about, we don't have nobody to replace such and such. Then it was, hey, I want this person on my team. You got to figure out what to do on your show. Like it was a true battle. So, but I mean, you got the women's division.
He said they drafted the whole women's tag division. He really did.
They did.
The two teams they had.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that they're gonna. I'm thinking they're gonna have the NXT Women's Tag Champions versus the WWE Tag Champions. And I think they're gonna just unify those titles. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen because all the tag teams have been moved up to the main roster, and there's no need to have NXT Tag Champions. So they have people to replace the women's champ. Yeah, Bradley. What about Alexa Lope? What about her? Last Legend Amari Miller. Do you just naming people? You think they supposed to be champions right now?
Nah, yeah, the three of them can't be champions. That's not. That's just unrealistic. That's crazy.
Like, yeah.
Realistically, I think it's probably gonna come down to either Tiffany Stratton or Cora Jade, or Roxanne Perez. She's still on there, so yeah. So it could. I think either the three of them. But
what a talk. What's good?
They're probably gonna give it to Cora. I don't think they're gonna give it back to Roxanne. And a lot of people are very high on Cora right now, so
it's not gonna be Seth Rollins versus Finn. It's gonna be a SmackDown guy versus a Raw guy. And both
it can't be. So yeah,
so,
it's gonna definitely be probably gonna be Cody and somebody though. It can't be Cody though. It can't be Cody. Because if Cody wins, then Cody wins, whoever wins on Raw is probably getting that title. So it has to be Seth. I'm standing by what I said last week, especially now that Roman's not. We'll get to the names that are in it, but Roman's not a part of it. So if Seth doesn't win this title, then I have huge problems with this thing.
Yeah, we're going downhill very fast from last week with this world title. Make new tag teams. Okay, done. Go ahead and do that in NXT. Make new tag teams for what?
Roxanne was too early. I think Roxanne had I think the Roxanne thing, they pulled the trigger on that at the right time, but a lot of the people that you have in NXT, especially a lot of the women there, they're still learning. Roxanne was ahead of a lot of those girls, especially at her age.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. I mean, when she was in Ring of Honor, she was the inaugural women's champion, so.
Jade Cargill versus Mercedes. Is this what you want to happen, or is this what you think is going to happen? Motor Talk Wrestling. Because Saraya versus you just naming matches right now. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Cora Stratton is a good call. Stratton is. I like Stratton. I think she deserves it more than Cora actually. Yeah. Tony Khan wants Okay, yeah. Well, we'll get to AEW in a minute. What's good, D-Web? So if they take away Melo and Braun, who do you make as your new NXT is a developmental brand. So it really don't matter. But nobody went out to Wesley either. So let's talk about him. He's been carrying NXT as well the last year. So, but I'm saying nobody went after these guys, but you're saying you want the best, Like,
Shoot.
Odyssey Jones got drafted, dog.
I'm gonna say take Ilya out of this program with what's his name, Dijak, and just give him the title. I'm telling you, if you give him a title, if you gave him the NXT title, you would see a freaking crazy run by him because his NXT UK run was insane.
And look,
it got cut short, but it was so good.
Honestly, and you still got a lot of talent in NXT. Let's say you left Odyssey down there, you take up Carmelo, you take up Braun. You leave Odyssey down there. You leave Vaughn down there. You still got Dijak. You should have left Apollo down there because he just went back. Left Apollo down there. You got Nathan Frazier down there. You got Dragon Lee down there. You got all these people down there that can do something. Hell, Trick could go solo. They seem to love Trick down there in the PC. He could have went solo and had a little run. So
Dragon Lee also did just get
He say, Dragunov is a good call. Who would I make champ? I mean, I just gave you a couple of names. Hell, if you was going to take Carmelo, you could have pushed Wesley up from the North American title up to the world title the way he's been defending it. So, I mean, it's NXT. It's not, they don't look at it as a third brand. So,
treat the NXT American title as option C, like they do in, what is it called? Impact. So, I mean, if you're going to call it the developmental brand, you might as well treat it like a real developmental brand. People that's been there doing their things, like Carmelo and Braun, especially Braun, needs to go up. So, it's literally nothing else for Braun to do. Once he's done with Carmelo, what's next? We got a fight in my chat right now. High scoring said Stratton is the best, and KM said she's mid. In all caps with 3 exclamation points. That's wild. Damn.
You see people on Twitter saying Drew McIntyre is waiting for Gallus to drop the NXT titles to join Monday Night Raw. That's it's not happening though.
That would be dope though. Because I don't care. I wish that happened. I've never been super high on Gallus, even watching them in NXT UK. But I think if Drew got with them, I think that would be a great idea. I think giving Drew a faction with Gallus, all of them just go beat people up. Oh man, make them heels too. Oh my god. Oh man, I hope that happens. That would be freaking crazy.
All right, let me tell you this now. Don't get your hopes up. Okay? That sounds great, but don't get your hopes up. Let's just kill it now because it's not gonna happen. It would be dope. Motor Toy, if it happened, it would be dope. But Drew might not even stay past his contract, so why would they do that right now?
Man, this man, he's mad. He thinks I scored. Oh Lord.
We got somebody training for their marathon. Okay.
Congratulations, Kraken. I hope you do well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you got to do, Kraken, to ignore people. That's what I'm doing. But let's get into anything from SmackDown or Raw stood out before we actually get into Backlash. Like, hey, what's going on with the Usos? And
that was a big thing, I would say. Yeah, just Sikoa keeps threatening to kill one of them. Like on a weekly basis, and then like especially on the show. Yeah.
Because Jay is starting to pick up on him.
That was something. Oh man, that spot at the end that had me. Woof.
Yeah, man. I was like, don't do this, man, please. Lament Champion was good. He said, Kraken, so I'm going for 3 hours this year. You got 3 hours 29. Oh, you going for under 3 hours? Okay, bet.
Lord, yeah, I couldn't do that. So you already beat me. There you go.
Right there, you go. The Creed brothers heading nobody else is heading to Monday Night or SmackDown. That's it. No more tag teams. Like they're done with what they're doing right now. That's it.
I honestly would have done that. I would have sent a lot of these tag teams up.
Yeah,
like I would have sent up Gallus. I would have sent up Pretty Deadly. I would have sent up who else?
Well, Deadly is up there.
Oh, Pretty Deadly. Well, yeah. I mean, in addition to Pretty Deadly, I mean, I would have sent up Gallus. I would have kept Briggs and what's his name? Briggs and
Jensen.
I would have kept them down in NXT. There's one more team I'm thinking of. Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute. I thought you was about to tell me they got called up or something.
No, there was another team I wanted to go. Oh yeah, with the team that was just mentioned.
Gallus.
Diamond Mine.
Oh, Diamond Mine. Yeah.
They should have went up. Like man, it's like we need more tag teams. But again, the problem is that they haven't. I feel bad for these tag teams in general because the only things going on right now is Zayn and Kevin and the Usos. Nobody's been built up bigger than those two teams. They need to start doing that.
I'm so glad
they need to start building a better thing. So
I'm so glad that's pretty much over with after last night. There's rumors, JD McDonough. Yeah, I don't do rumors. Y'all let me know when it happened for real, and then we can play the guessing game.
Motor, I was a little bit too. I kind of wish she had gotten drafted to SmackDown.
Who, Roxanne?
Yeah, because I was saying on the podcast last week, she's super different, and when she entered in the Rumble, people lost their shit. She got a really good reaction in the Rumble, so
I wasn't shocked that she didn't get drafted though. Especially when they lost who they lost. I mean, they lost Alba, they lost Aladon, they lost Indy, who's hurt by the way. Who else? They lost Kaden and Katana. So yeah, I wasn't really shocked that she didn't get called up. Actually, it's Bray. Bruh, I don't know.
Bray's out because hold on a second. I can find it. I went on Wikipedia and it showed a bunch of the reasons why certain stars weren't in the draft. And Bray's out with some type of injury, but I can't remember what it was. So give me 1 second. But continue, though.
But yeah, going into Monday Night Raw to build up, like I said, I hated that Omos and Seth never interacted with each other. I hated that we still don't know why Brock attacked Cody. As far as SmackDown, yeah, I like the fact that Jay is starting to peep game on Solo. So backstage, Jay was like, hey, Jimmy, like, you guys ready and all that? Jay's just like side-eyeing Uso. I mean, I said Uso. Side-eyeing Solo and looking at him, the back of his head, like, hey, man, my brother asked you something. So I like that. I like that Jay is starting to catch on. Like, Jay is the one that's sick of everybody shit, to be honest with you. Y'all talking about Solo is sick of the Usos. Solo is just doing what Roman is telling Solo to do because Roman is mad they lost. Jay is the one that's really getting fed up with everything bloodline related. And Jimmy is just that lost child that just don't have any idea of what's going on. So he's just smiling and thinking everything cool and everything like that. And Jimmy's going to be the one that probably pays before anybody else. Like if Solo does turn on the Usos, I think he's going to hit Jimmy first. And then Jay and Solo end up fighting and all that stuff. Because Jimmy is the lost child. Like last night, he was smiling when Jay and Solo were just like mean mugging each other after the Samoan spike that almost happened to Jay. So yeah, it's funny, man. I like what's going on. Hopefully they're done with Sammy and KO and Riddle, and we get a fresh story. It's supposed to start tomorrow night. Fresh storylines, draft kicks in and all that. So we'll see what happens. But let's get into Backlash. Let's do a recap on that. And then we'll get our grades on the show. So it started off fire match, and I loved everything about this match. Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. And that match was a great back and forth match. So just a quick story. I was at a music gig on the drums last night. So I couldn't watch it with the sound on, of course, because the mics would have picked up my phone and all that. So I'm watching it. I got my phone sitting on one of my drums. I'm watching it on mute. And even watching it on mute, I'm sitting there looking at it like, yo, these girls are killing it right now. These ladies are killing it. So, of course, I had to go back and watch it once the show was over last night. I had to go back and watch it with the sound and all that stuff. Look at Rob. Rob is here.
Right, got it on time. Okay.
No. Look what he said, though. Do y'all think y'all can postpone the show until I get to the crib? If you don't get out of here, bro.
This guy. Okay,
like,
never mind.
Yeah, just never mind. Where we was about to give you a hand clap now.
Yeah, I tried to give you credit, and then you ruined it.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you, right? Seth almost fell flat. Yeah, well. But I watched it on mute first, and even watching it on mute, I was like, these ladies are killing it. And I could tell that EO was getting a good reaction from the crowd, but I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, they were completely on her side. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a good 65-35 split for EO as far as the fans. And Bianca kind of played into it a little bit. I'm like, oh, we might get a little heel Bianca just for this match. Kind of like what we did when they turned on The Rock when he went up against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and Rock's like, oh, you go boo me, I'm gonna be heel Rock then. But EO was over, says WWE fan. He said
very.
Bianca did some heel moves. Was it heel moves? I ain't really see no heel moves, man. Time to go make some bang. Hey man, go shut the well, Lamar Champion. You the boss. Y'all shout out to Lamar Champion. Make sure you follow him if you're not doing so as well. Bailey cost her the match. Yeah. Oh man, boy. Yeah. But
somebody pointed out too while they were walking down to the ring that it looked like Dakota was trying to tell Bailey that they should go to the back. That this wasn't a good idea. So I thought that was interesting.
Huh. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. I was too busy looking at other stuff. Come Bailey. But
Jesus.
But yeah, it was a dope match. Bianca killed it. EO killed it. Bianca retains. She's now the longest reigning women's champion in the modern day history. I guess that's how they saying it. She beats Becky Lynch reign. So shout out to Bianca Belair. Even though she's on SmackDown, she's still a Raw Women's Champion. So I got to figure out how they're gonna do that. Seth Rollins defeated Omos. Seth said he's going to give Omos his best match, and I think that was Omos' best match. What you think about it?
I can't. It's definitely better than his WrestleMania match. I can't think of any other match that would have been better than this. So
it was better than both his Bobby matches. It was better than his match versus AJ, and those are his biggest matches. He's lost all of them, by the way. Well, actually, he beat AJ, didn't he? He beat AJ. AJ was the only one that took the fall for him.
That's a great man right there.
There you go.
There you go.
The big giant that keep getting these matches and he's losing. So we'll see what happens with the free agent. Omos. You let JD from NY tell it. He said Omos was going to beat Seth Rollins, and then he was going to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title. That's your king. That's your king.
There was also a chant going on during this match where the crowd started chanting MVP Cabron over to MVP. So that was pretty funny.
Wow. Oh, man. So Rollins with the huge victory. I mean, that was pretty much predictable. Another good match. United States Championship triple threat match. Theory versus Lashley versus Bronson Reed. I enjoyed the match. So right now we're 3 for 3 with this year's Backlash.
Yeah, I thought the match was. I thought the match was good for a triple threat match, but it wasn't. Because when I watched this, I was thinking along the same levels as what was it? Like the Lashley Rollins Theory match where Theory won the belt.
Oh yeah,
didn't reach that level, but it was still a good match. Yeah,
still a good match. First of all, Lizard, that match is not happening. Omos lost. JD from NY was wrong again. So I wish the video would play the sound, because I actually made a video clip of it and I put it on what's his name on Twitter. So make sure you check that out, because I definitely have to put an edit to that. Good match. Lane finish says get the tables. Make sure you follow Get the Tables as well. Shout out to him and that community over there doing that thing. SmackDown Women's Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega. The crowd went crazy for Zelina. She looked great coming out in the Puerto Rican gear. Rhea had the all white on, just like both ladies looked great.
I was so happy for Zelina. She was like emotional. coming out. They had like a whole bunch of Boricua chants going on for her. She came out with like that Puerto Rican flag just draped around it. The costume was really dope that she came out with. That was really dope. But yeah, I know I felt so happy for her. She was just emotionally taken aback by this. This is a big thing for her and Damian Priest too. Both of them really wanted this. So,
you know what I thought about when I saw her in the ring and the crowd was cheering? You remember when they was in New York? I think it was like a 9/11 show. Remember she got taken off of it last minute. Yeah, and everybody blew up. I was like, I think that made up for it right there. So, only thing about this match is this was a little bit of a letdown. I wanted them to have more time for Zelina.
Yeah,
like she pretty much just got a couple of moves in, and that was it. Rhea dominated her.
Yeah.
And the type of match that Io and Bianca had was kind of the vibe I wanted Zelina to have. I wanted Zelina to get a couple of false finishes and all that to get that crowd really into that match even more than what they were. But
I saw that. Yeah,
it was pretty dominant. Rhea just dominated the match, and then she got a standing ovation afterwards. Which was cool. I just wanted the match to be a little bit longer. But you got any thoughts on that?
No, I kind of share the same sentiments. I think it would have been nicer if the match did go a little bit longer because to me it felt like she was having her comeback and then the match just kind of ended.
That was it.
So that was so it ended a little short for me, but at least I'm glad that she got this moment though because the crowd was really on her side and really chanting her, and that standing ovation at the end was really nice. So and she got to be with their family. She got to do it in front of her family too, which was also really dope. So. You're
probably
seeing it right now on my screen. Actually, at this point, the crowd is chanting for her, and she's just tearing up. So
probably the match of the night: Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. Bad Bunny defeated Priest in a San Juan street fight. Bad Bunny now has the best entrance ever. Man, him coming out to his own music and had the drone flying above him and showing the crowd. Bro, and the crowd, just every single one of them is singing.
That shit was crazy. Oh, my God. I put that on my playlist after I was done.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, that was fire.
This is the best relationship with a artist that WWE has, like, right now. Like, with any type of talent. Like, this is huge for them that Bad Bunny wants to come back and do this stuff. Like, goodness gracious, this is gonna be all over the place. The stuff that he did in this match, like, whew, and the spot at the end, that like his talent agents were freaking out because he pulled off a sliced red number 2 and almost landed right on top of his neck. That was scary as hell, but goodness gracious.
What up, Alice? WWE fan. Of course, I knew the lyrics. They was in Puerto Rico, dog. You think they're not gonna know Bad Bunny lyrics? So, but nah, they were singing and like I always love Bad Bunny's music, even though I don't understand what he's saying because I don't speak Spanish. But like I still vibe to his beats and his tracks all the time. But hearing the crowd last night singing, I watched that entrance at least 10 times. Like at least 10 times. Like that was just dope. Everything about it. The pyro hit at the perfect time. Like Bad Bunny look a little swole too. You see him come out, like he put on some muscle. Walking out that kendo stick that he received from Savio Vega backstage. A lot of our fans probably don't know who Savio Vega is because they're younger than us. But Savio Vega was that dude that represented Puerto Rico real strong. And I think he's still wrestling the MLW actually. So,
Savio? I don't know if he wrestles in MLW anymore, but
that was about a year ago.
Come out for that. So, oh my God, here it is.
So yeah, Savio gave him a kendo stick with the Puerto Rican flag wrapped around it. Damian Priest, even though he was the heel, you could tell he was just enjoying the moment being out there in Puerto Rico. Nah, for real, that entrance was fire. But they got into it. They went all over the arena. The LWO came out. The Judgment Day came out. And it was just chaos. And the next thing you know, you hear Carlito's music.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, bro. They finally kept something a secret without the dirt sheets finding out and spoiling it because I was legit shocked. And I was like, this is what I miss. When people make a return or just a grand entrance and nobody knew about it. Place went crazy. Carlito needs a contract, man. This guy is still jacked. He still work. What's going on with Carlito?
When he came back, during the pandemic, they kept him there for like a cup of coffee and then they let him go.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Carlito was always dope. If y'all don't know about Carlito, go look him up, watch his matches. Matter of fact, Shelton Benjamin just posted on Twitter about him, Morrison, and Carlito always having these triple threat matches for the IC title in the early 2000s, which all of them was fired. Go check it out, man. So they do need to sign him, bro. I don't know what the deal is with Carlito. So, but Bad Bunny got the win, and it was a huge celebration with the LWO with Carlito. Everybody got on LWO shirts. So Savio Vega came out and got his kick in, and it was slow, but he got his kick in. Dom got beat up. Everybody loved that. Dom is hated everywhere. Dom is
that was crazy because I realized that once what is it called? Once the rest of LWO came out and Finn and Dom were completely outnumbered, they all ran right past Finn and everybody was just stomping on Dom. I was like, God damn. I was like, this is crazy.
Went straight to Dom. Dom just Monday night right here in Fort Worth. Every time Dom tried to talk, boo. So and then he did it again Friday in Puerto Rico. Like, and it's to the point where you just see the rest of the Judgment Day just laughing. Like they can't even keep their straight face because it's so funny how Dom is just getting toe up. And Finn was about to lead Dom. So Finn don't even like Dom like
right.
Because Finn's like, forget y'all.
Like that. I was just like, bro. I was like, that's your homie. God damn.
Yeah, he just straight up said, forget Dom. That's crazy. And then we had the Bloodline, which was the Usos and Solo Sikoa. Oh, I'm sorry. You got anything else on the Bad Bunny match?
No, it just he just consistently keep killing it, and he's not like super athletic. Like in terms of like best performances from a non-wrestler, I think Logan Paul still takes the cake, but he brings I would say Bad Bunny brings just so much charisma and all that stuff with him to the ring that and he still can work. So I think like this was just another great performance by Bad Bunny. And I don't know where else we're gonna see him, but good lord, this was this should have main evented the show. This was ridiculous that it didn't. I don't know why it didn't.
Especially considering what the main event was.
Yeah, I was reading online that they were thinking between this and Cody and Lesnar, and I guess they went with Cody and Lesnar, but because of that, they still were trying to push hard the double main event thing on, which is what you were hearing. Like we have a double main event, which is something you never really hear from WWE either. But they were like, "There's a double main event," so I was surprised at first that it was in the middle of the card. I was just like, "Bro, this is kind of crazy," but I thought it was gonna at least be second from the top. But if that had happened, then Cody and Lesnar would have just it would have been dead. Oh, so good luck.
Like I thought,
great match.
I thought it was gonna be Brock and Cody to open up, and then Bad Bunny and Priest to end it.
That's what it should have been.
That's what I thought, because Brock likes to get on out of there too.
And the first half of that tag match that happened after this was kind of dead. Everybody was just exhausted. Crowd was a little spent. It took them a while to get into it.
But Usos and Solo took out Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle in a 6-man match. There was a point where Jay was talking to Sammy. He had Sammy down in the corner. He said, "I'm sick of you, Sammy. You the one ruined my family. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of you." And Jay was going to finish him. Jay backs up into his corner. Solo tags himself in. Jay kind of looking at him. They going face to face. Then Jay looks like he's cowering down and he goes out. So I'm like, oh man, Solo still punking his big brother. Next thing you know, Jay just smacked the crap out of Solo in his chest and tagged himself in. And Solo like, mother F, I know you didn't just hit me in my chest. So they going face to face. They get interrupted by getting attacked by Owens and Riddle, and then Solo fight them off, and then Jay bumps into Solo. Solo turns around, has a Samoan spike, and has Jay in a chokehold, about to hit him with the Samoan spike. And so Jay is yelling, "I'm your brother. You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me?" And Solo is really thinking about it at this point. And he's still looking at his chest like, "Yo, my chest is on fire right now, bro. You ain't have to hit me that hard." So, and his chest did turn red, which was funny. Jay was like, "I'm your big brother. Get out the ring, Oos." So, but they got it together. They got the win. Yeah, Solo was still mad after the fight, and Jimmy come in looking stupid because he's smiling. Like, Jimmy, you missed the whole thing because you was laid outside the ring, and you come in smiling because you heard y'all won. Now you think everything is cool. I'm telling you, Jimmy is the lost one, man. He's gonna get attacked first because he is clueless, man. He just goes with the flow. He just goes with the flow. He went with the flow when they brought Sammy in and all of that stuff. And ever since he said, "I'm nobody's bitch," and he turned around to be Roman's bitch the next week, he's been going with the flow ever since. Like, he's clueless to everything that's going on right now. So.
Everything.
Any thoughts on that match?
Like I said, it was a good match. It just the first half, I think the crowd was very cooled down because of what is it called? What happened in the match prior. But by the end of it, they were right back into it, and it was a really good match. At one point there was a "We want Roman" chant, and I saw Jimmy go, "He ain't coming" to the crowd, so I thought that was funny. But yeah, no, it was a really solid match, and you knew it was gonna be with the talent involved. So
let me ask you about that, because when I heard that chant, I kind of got mad for the fans of Puerto Rico, because I'm like, man, this is their first time over there in 18 years. I understand Roman doesn't have a match, but he couldn't show up. They couldn't have him show up and show his face, because who knows when the next time they're gonna be in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
this is like a once in a lifetime thing for them, and your champion is not there. None. He don't show up at all. Not a promo. He don't even pop up on the screen. And it's like, no, they showed up and showed out for your event, which was poorly. It turned out to be a great event thanks to the crowd and the matches, but the build up to it was trash. But the fans still showed up, and you don't even show your champion at all. Like, I didn't like that. Once they started chanting that, that's what it kicked in. I was like, damn, that sucks for them.
You said, do I think they wanted Roman more than Brock? Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, absolutely. 100%. But if Roman showed up, oh my God, that would have been cool to see Roman down there.
Just at least once on SmackDown. And then go back home, do whatever you're doing. But it's Puerto Rico. I would have figured Roman wanted to be out there, take his family out there for vacation or something, but I don't know. And then the main event, Cody Rhodes comes out first. Brock Lesnar comes out, and he's taking his time walking around the ring. Brock is actually getting a great ovation from the crowd in Puerto Rico, even though he's the heel in this feud. Cody attacks him with a suicide dive. They fighting outside. Cody is hitting him with steel chairs. He's throwing him against the table. He does an old man power walk to the other side of the ring to pick up steel chair. And like, he was just,
bro, that I've seen that meme going around all day today. It is crazy.
Dude, I was laughing so hard when he did. I'm like, why is he walking like that? Shout out to King for the resub. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you subbing in. I'll be nice today, then. 26 months in a row. Good Lord, King. I'm gonna have to send you something, bro. But yeah, then they got in the ring. Brock got it together. Cody ripped off the top turnbuckle, and Brock legit hit his face. Like, he took that tiny metal part right to the forehead, in between the eyes, and he didn't like protect himself or nothing. He went straight forward so he could bust himself open. And yeah, he was bleeding. Even after the match, he wiped his face. You could see it that he was legit cut right there. No blading needed for that one. Cody hit him.
Thanks for the resub. 24 months. Appreciate you, man.
There you go. Cody hit him with couple of crossroads. They was chanting Suplex City as Brock was hitting Cody with all type of suplexes, and Brock was looking at the crowd like, okay, this is what we doing. You all right? Suplex City. We gonna keep doing it. Long story short, Cody got the win. He hit 6 disaster kicks, and about 3 cutters and 4 was it 3 crossroads? I can't remember how many.
I think it was 3.
Then he got hit with the Kimura, and then got the pin while Brock had the Kimura locked in. A lot of people are complaining about the pin, and which we're gonna get into the fans, because I got a vent about the fans. But a lot of people was complaining, ooh, Cody talked all these news. That's how he got his pin. N-word is Brock Lesnar. Like, you take the win any way you can get it, and it's Brock Lesnar that has your arm locked in a Kimura right now. So, and it's Brock Lesnar that kicked out of 6 disaster kicks and 3 crossroads. So if you're mad that he got the pin that way, I don't know what to tell you. Just keep crying and be crybabies and all that. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. By this point in the show, I was a little checked out. I'm gonna be completely honest. I watched this match and it was a fine match. I thought the beginning was probably the most interesting part. How Cody just kept it was an onslaught of just steel steps, chair shots, everything. I thought that was interesting. I like that. Yeah. Then the match got started, and as soon as he took the first German, that's when I was just like, oh, geez, here we go. And it just kind of followed a formula that I've seen like a million times. And I was just, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't have put this match in the main event. I don't know. I know that they were, I don't know. I don't know what the thought process was, honestly.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been the main. It's no thought.
You have the biggest streaming artist in the world. Yeah. In the world.
In his hometown.
In his hometown, yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't put that on in the main event. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But this match was just fine to me. I thought it was just okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad that Cody got the win, but
yeah, it was a typical. Barry Monkey, I'm with you on that. But it was typical Brock match. And honestly, I was just happy to see Brock, sell like he did for Cody. I was happy to see that. Like, people don't give Brock enough credit for his selling.
Brock
will sell for you.
Seller. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
just don't kneel head on purpose like Braun did, because he'll kill you.
Because he'll knock you out. He'll legit knock you out there and tell you to slow the F down. Braun is just muscle, dog. Like, I've seen Braun get it so many times. He losing arm wrestling competitions. He's getting tucking out by Angelo Dawkins at ringside at WrestleMania. Brock knocking him out with one shot. Like, yeah, it's we already talked about it, Miss Queen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's all I can say, really. We'll see what happens on SmackDown. But yeah, I was just happy to see Brock sell for Cody. And Cody got a lot in. Cody was angry, and Cody wanted to beat him down, and he busted Brock open. Brock don't bleed for everybody. So you mad because this man got a win and rolled out the ring. Yo, he beat up Brock. Like, stop playing. And so whatever. Because I'll go into the event. That is Backlash for you. You got anything on it before we go through the week of wrestling?
No, I would say the only thing I hated about Brock getting busted open is that, and this is like a thing I always have hated about Brock bleeding, is that he always does it hard way every time.
Yeah.
It's just
he's not gonna blade at all.
I'm saying, if you know that Brock is gonna be bleeding in his matches, at least let him blade, because that's safer than what he's doing. What he's doing is just ridiculous. And man, especially when he made Orton bleed at SummerSlam that one time, that was nuts.
That's ridiculous. Orton still needs his comeback. I'm still waiting on that revenge match. I don't care what nobody say. I need Orton to get his revenge for that one, man. I'm just saying. But Backlash, even with the horrible build-up, I would give it a 9. The main event kind of took some points. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm right there with you.
There we go. So Backlash, another solid show.
The match was too short for me. Main event should have been switched around. That would have been a big factor for me if that had happened. Trying to think.
That was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so
everything else was good. The tag match was good, even though it started a little bit slow. And I'm tired of seeing them 6 in the ring. Now I'm starting to actually get with the IWC on that, because it's only so much you can do with the Usos and Owens and Sami Zayn. And
they got to separate them at least for a while.
Yeah, so
you can get back to it later, but you got to separate them.
Yeah, because it's literally been every week. So
yeah.
But Monday Night Raw, they on Raw, Usos on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens. Everything's supposed to kick in this week, so we'll see. But solid show. Backlash delivers again, even with a horrible build-up, just like last year. I got to give it to him. So last year, one bad match. This year, really not a bad match, but it's some match that could have been better. So we skipping Raw. We're going to skip NXT because we already did that. talking about the build up to Backlash. Let's get into NXT. I'm sorry, SmackDown. Let's get into NXT. Wesley defeated Drew Gulak in a good match for the NXT North American Championship. JC Jane defeated Gigi Dolan. There was a point where JC legit got busted open as well, Brock Lesnar style. And it just brought out a different beast in her. It's like when you're not supposed to bleed, but you end up bleeding anyway. Hey, appreciate the follow. But you end up bleeding anyway. Who do I think she won the tournament? We'll talk about that pretty soon. Yeah, she just turned into this different beast, and she like kind of low-key went crazy on Gigi outside in front of her brother and all that, yelling, this is your sister, doing it like your mom and all that stuff. Like Jason went crazy. So Jason got the win over Gigi. Axiom defeated Scripps, and Scripps is now looks like he's about to turn back into Reggie because he was unmasked by Axiom, and then Reggie actually did a tweet of him playing Reggie and Scripps, and they're like talking to each other, and Reggie's like, man, get that shit out of here. And basically telling Scripps to get the F out. So yeah, Reggie is back. Scripps is gone from what it looks like.
Man, I wish that he would have ripped off Axiom match so we could get A-Kid back. That would have been great.
Yeah. JD McDonough in his final match in NXT took on Dragon Lee and defeated him. Match of the week for me. As far as before the pay-per-view, match of the week for me, and it still might be match of the week, honestly, if I think about it. Let me get my thoughts together on that by the time we're done with the show. But right now, that's match of the week for me. I love that match. That match was fire. Joe Gacy defeated Joe Coffey from Gallus. So now that means the Grizzled Young Veterans will get a tag title shot this Tuesday against Gallus. So let's see what they do there. They asked for their release. They won't be released till October when the contract is up. So maybe they try to put the titles on them to see if they can keep them around. We'll see. I think Sean really wants to keep Grizzled Young Veterans around because I know Sean likes them a lot. I know Triple H like them a lot too. So we'll see. Danny Palmer made her debut and defeated Tatum Paxley. Tatum just kind of go up and down on the card. Like 1 minute they're trying to build her up, have her separate from Diamond Mine and take out Avi now. The next minute she's enhancement talent for the newcomer. So I don't know what's going on with Tatum Paxley, but it is what it is on that. Alba Fire and Ala Dunn defeated Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
This was a nothing match, if anything. What was the consequences of if Caden and Katana had won? What happens?
I don't know. They all got called up. So
that's what I'm saying. This was ridiculous. I was like, man, you should have just changed the match order. You should have just took Caden and Caden and Katana out. Put somebody else in there.
And this is why
you have no other tag team. So
yeah, this is why I'm thinking that they're gonna unify the NXT women's and the WWE women's titles. That's the only thing that makes sense right now. So yeah, and that's NXT in a nutshell. What's your thoughts about it?
It's all right episode. A lot of stuff. Indy what is it called? Getting called up. She relinquished the belt. It was kind of interesting because she said she has a high sprain, like what is it called? Like a high level sprain, but it wasn't a break.
Right,
so
yeah.
I mean, that's all right. And Dexter took her home, so maybe we're gonna see the way on Raw. So and it'll be interesting now that what's his name? Theory is a heel. So, but I think. Oh, you're right. Oh shoot. So, yeah, I guess there's nothing to that happen. So. I worry about this. I don't know because he in ring this guy's fantastic, but not connected with me at all. Even after that win, he said it best. It's just like you lose to me and then you become super irrelevant. But even if you beat me, like it's still not going to be enough. And I was just like, man, like I was worried then that he might be telling the truth, and it's after WrestleMania and what's happening with him. So
what? That's WWE's fault because after he won at WrestleMania, he wasn't on Raw the next night.
They didn't make a big deal out of it at all.
Like, how you beat John Cena for the title and then they don't even put you on Raw the next night? Like, it's nothing Theory's doing. It's the booking. So hopefully him on SmackDown will be better. But
they got to fix that because this is kind of it's getting out of hand. So I feel bad for the boys.
Yeah, I'm not watching it tonight.
Nah.
I'm gonna watch it later on. Like I normally watch that stuff on demand and DVR later on. I don't watch that live. We're doing a show, so
I'm probably not gonna watch it, Queen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you that Dragon Lee and McDonough was a great match. Match of the week for sure. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. I thought the ending was pretty funny. How all the girls just got into the ring and started fighting around
They just came out of nowhere. Like
yeah. It was like seconds after what's her name, Indy had been taken out. Stratton was already in the ring. I was like,
yeah,
where did she come from? I was like, that's kind of wild.
Man, they just be popping up. It's not the first time the women has done that at NXT. And before we go to AEW, a couple of backstage things on NXT. Apollo Crews showed mad love to Trick Williams before he left. Duke Hudson fills in for the Andre. Duke is trying to take over Chase U, and we kind of been seeing this storyline slowly play out for a while, where Duke is just slowly trying to take over. And he's like, yeah, Duke University has a good name to it, which is, of course, is a real university. But Duke filled in as a sub because Andre Chase is out, thanks to Duke putting him in the match with Braun Breaker, and Braun took him out. So this is all part of his plan. Eddie Thorpe doesn't appreciate the disrespect from Damon Kemp. Damon Kemp threatened him and said, look, kid, I told you I like you. Let's keep it that way before I take you out. So they might be a match pretty soon. Brooks Jensen is getting back to his old self, getting back with the team and Fallon and all of them. And then Trick Williams challenged Braun Breaker to a match, which will happen this week, I believe. And that's the whole rundown of NXT. It was a pretty solid show. I was just curious to see what they was going to do with the women's division with all the champions being moved up. And I still don't know what's going on with the women's tag titles. So it is what it is on that. But yeah, that's it for me. Let's get to AEW Dynamite.
All right. 1 second. We are in Baltimore, Maryland for Dynamite this week. First match, Orange Cassidy, Bandito, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole against the Jericho Appreciation Society. Pretty solid match. Good showing for Roderick too. The match comes at the end when Strong hits a knee to Parker, a rising knee to Parker. That drops him. Cole tags in and gets the boom for the cover. Orange Cassidy, Bandito, Adam Cole, and Strong win the match. As soon as Cole wins, he rolls out of the ring and books it up to commentary because Jericho was providing commentary for the match. Yep. And he just spears him like right through the backstage, and they just start fucking just going at it. Referees have to come out to separate him. Jericho runs away. This was hilarious. I love this a lot. That was a mad dash. Cole just no time. Jesus.
Good for him. Hell.
After that, the Black Bull Combat Club is here. Danielson hopes there are wrestlers in the future that are better than he is because the BCC wants to push people and make them better. He quotes Bret Hart as Moxley says, they're all blades that sharpen each other. Willow Nightingale and Saraya ends when Saraya turns around into the nightcap and the match is over. After this, Sheeta makes her way down to the ring to save Willow Nightingale, but she is an outcast apparently. So Storm, Saraya, and who's the other one? Ruby Soho. They all hold Willow while Sheeta has a can of paint and she's about to spray her when Hayter and Britt come up from behind. It was a trap, ladies and gentlemen. And Sheeta gets her kendo stick and whoops the crap out of the outcast and sprays Paige in the face with paint. That was nuts.
That was crazy.
The House of Black throw the Trios Championships down and say that they are tainted. The House of Black have created open house rules. Any 3 competitors, no rope breaks, 20-second count out rules. DQ or no DQ is up to the challenger. I like that a lot. I think that's very cool.
It's about time they did something with it.
Yeah. Trace de Mayo Trios Battle Royal. I don't know what this was for. I don't know. I'm just confused. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass won. All right. Sammy Guevara is here with Renee. MJF says last week was his fault. His back flared and he needed the entire car to himself. Because if you remember from last week, MJF got into a car, and when Sammy was about to get in there, he says, it's full, it's full. There was more than enough space. It was ridiculous.
It's a big-ass SUV.
Kenny Omega and Don Callis are on the screen. Callis says he thinks about Moxley every single day after the 23 stitches and a skull fracture. Moxley is sick, twisted, narcissistic sociopath. Omega says there's no planet in the universe where Moxley can touch him. He doesn't forget. He says that he doesn't forget what happened to the Bucks. He doesn't forget what he did to Takeshita, and he doesn't forget what he did to him. And that he says a new level of violence will take place next week inside of the steel cage. Very interesting that he did not mention Hangman Page at all in that whole speech. Up next, TNT Championship match, Wardlow against just somebody playing a test doll dummy, pretty much. And Wardlow killed him. It was over pretty quickly. After the match, Wardlow said he wants the mic. He's not done yet, and he hasn't broken a sweat. So he tells Christian to bring out his right hand of pain. Christian says that the match that he was calling for wasn't for Luchasaurus, but it was for him. And so I guess Christian is answering the open challenge for next week, which I was a little thrown off by. I'm not going to lie.
My thing about that is, like, Wardlow seemed so confident about Luchasaurus. Then when Christian said it was him, they all had like almost like a scared look on his face. And I'm like, you're more afraid of Christian than the big scary dinosaur guy that's, you know, size for size can match you and strength and all that. Which Christian is a veteran. He's the guy with the accolades and stuff. But I thought Luchasaurus is supposed to be the one that's built up as the badass, and you're more afraid of Christian right now than Luchasaurus, which didn't make sense to me.
So. There was a video package with Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Sanjay Dutt and Satnam saying that was done, I guess, at the Briscoe Chicken Farm, which was pretty funny. Match number 5, Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. Ricky Starks won. I feel like I've seen this like 8 million times. I was kind of over it. Jay White comes in, jumps Starks, and Starks fires back, but Juice saves White. After this, Jungle Boy and Darby Allin are warming in the back. MJF sneaks into the locker room after Darby leaves and tries to make a deal, but gets slapped in the face by Jungle Boy. This leads into the main event, Sammy Guevara and MJF versus Darby Allin and Jungle Boy. If Darby and Jungle Boy win, they get added to the match at Double or Nothing. Very good match. At the end, things start to fall apart for Sammy and MJF after Sammy tags himself in, and MJF wants the glory for himself. So MJF smacks Guevara in the face. Guevara just has a look on his face like, I knew this shit was going to happen. And he just super kicks MJF. But this leaves him in a vulnerable position because boom, 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 boom. He's hit by a shit ton of stuff. And then Jungle Boy is about to go for the pin, but he's blind tagged by Darby. And Darby, as soon as Jungle Boy's going for the cover, he just goes off the top for a coffin drop. Jungle Boy at the last second realized what's happening, and he moves at the last second. Darby nails it, gets the cover, and yep, it's actually, you're seeing it right now. And he gets the cover and gets the pin. So now it's official. We have the 4 pillars 4-way match for the AEW World Heavyweight Title match in the main event. So that'll be interesting.
Steven said that he's mad that he don't see why it's a one-on-one match between Moxley and Omega. He wants a blood and guts match. So I don't agree with that. It should be a one-on-one match.
I mean, this is how you build up to it. So
yeah,
you can't just get straight to the match.
You gotta go straight into blood and guts.
You gotta build up to it. Blood and guts hasn't even been announced yet. I'm positive that that's what it's getting to, but I think there's gonna be a lot of things in between too. I think that we're gonna have. I think Takeshita's gonna join the BCC because I think a lot of people are forgetting if you want to get into the BCC, it's blood in, blood out, and they bled him like a stuck pig last week. So it would not surprise me if this was all just a ploy to get in there. And I wouldn't surprise me if Don Callis was in on it. So I think that's just gonna cause Hangman to probably join the Elite again. but that would still make it a 5-on-4. So I don't know who they would have as another person. Ooh, maybe bring Kota Ibushi in. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. He's a free agent right now. That'd be insane.
Come on, dog. You already know it's gonna be CM Punk, baby. Let's go. CM Punk saves the day for the Elite. It was all a scam and a ruse. They all get along, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
Yo, boy, if they did that, I would laugh so hard.
That would be wild.
Just for the simple fact that Tony was bold enough to pull something off like that. Like, if that does happen, I know a lot of people will be legit upset, but just for the cleverness of it, if it was a ploy this whole time, just to get another show and bring CM Punk back as friends with the Elite, oh man, that'd be the greatest scam in history. It'd be the greatest one in history because nobody would have seen that coming.
High Score said we're getting worked. Yep.
Yeah, hey, that would be the greatest work in history. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
If that did happen, that would be the greatest work in history. So
I don't think anybody can disagree with that. That actually probably would be the greatest work in history.
And that's the reason I would laugh and love it, because I know it's gonna piss people off. So I love when they piss the fans off. Any brand, I love when they piss the fans off. But that was a good show. Dynamite just kind of been like just there these last 2-3 weeks.
I thought the last couple weeks before were good shows, but this one I definitely
3 weeks ago was a good show.
I thought this show was not great. I thought this show was just very mid. Like it was like you said, it was just there. I watched it and I was like, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, there's still some good things in Dynamite. I see they're trying to get Warlow back to where he was, where he just come out killing guys with triple power bombs and all that. The reaction is not the same. They did too much damage to him. Even with Arn Anderson coming out, it's just still, it's like they're forcing it. But they should have struck while the iron was hot with Warlow.
And they shouldn't have hot potatoed this title with him so much, bro. Like, what is he a 3-time already?
Yeah. So
yeah.
What up, Max? Shout out to Max, man. Make sure you follow my guy Max Adam.
Wow.
And yeah, that's it. It kind of felt like that a little bit. It felt like I'm not good. That's disrespectful. I was about to say it felt like a thunder, but nah, it felt like a nitro. That's disrespectful. I'm not gonna do AEW like that. And we got some more news on AEW, but before we do that, let's go ahead and get into Rampage. Unless you got anything else on.
Nah, we can go straight into Rampage. We had Lucha Bro, first match we had on Rampage. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Let me change this real quick. There we go. First match we had on Rampage was the Viking El Hijo del Vikingo again, and the Lucha Brothers versus QTV. With the Lucha Brothers and Vikingo getting the win. Pretty solid match. Next match we had Jade Cargill versus a jobber. Jade won. I saw this match and I was just like, oh, I knew Dope was gonna have a problem. Back to it. Yep.
Just right back to it. Like she didn't have she finally had a storyline at least, even though it wasn't a great one, but she had a storyline at least. And they just, well, go ahead, bro.
Mark Briscoe then faced off against Preston Vance and gave Preston Vance one of the best matches that he's ever had. Like this was a pretty solid match. And it's good to see that Mark Briscoe's getting a lot of love and doing well in his singles run. So the Firm deletion match.
I missed this. I gotta go watch it.
So the Firm show up during the day. All of a sudden, a drone comes and says that the Hardy compound can alternate the time-space continuum. So all of a sudden, it turns to night.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh! Hold on one second. All of a sudden,
I definitely gotta watch this.
Oh, it was hilarious. All of a sudden, it turns to night. Hardy and Paige pair off as Billy destroys like everyone. Isaiah jumps on Bill's back, but Bill boots Jeff in the face. Bill chokeslams Cassidy into a tree a few times, actually, and then drops him on the ground. There's a snap suplex to Matt by Paige for a 2 count. There's a bunch of referees there. I'll say the one thing I didn't like about this was that, and I appreciated Impact when they did this because AEW still has Excalibur and Tony Schiavone calling the matches like during this, and I think that's a mistake.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the last time they did something like this because they were calling it the entire time. But like this time they knew when to stop talking. But still, I just would rather they not have been announcing at all. So,
yeah.
So Hardy was trying to use the twist of fate. Paige takes him to the ground and starts punching him. Paige breaks a big branch over a big tree branch over Matt's back. Only got a 1 count. These all sounded horrible to take, by the way. It was nuts. So now Jeff and Big Bill are paired off with each other. We see Big Bill is on the ground. Jeff snaps a tree branch off of a tree and just starts choking Bill with it. He just chokes him unconscious. So then we see Stokely. We go and we cut to Stokely Hathaway, who's wandering around the woods by himself. All of a sudden, Matt Hardy's kids, King Maxwell and Wolfie, show up in a kid's 4-wheeler and try to run him over, but he just walks out of the way like it's nothing. Oh man. Hardy and Paige find their way to Matt Hardy's ring, continue to fight. There's a big boot by Paige as Hook and Moriarty show up in the ring as well. Flatliner in the middle of the ring by Moriarty. Bunch of big stuff happens in the ring. Paige looks to set up a table in the ring, but gets power slammed to power slam Matt through it, and he does for a 2 count. We come back from commercial, and we're with Stokely Hathaway again, who has found Matt Hardy's theater room now. So he doesn't care. All these guys are killing themselves, and he's just like, I'm just gonna watch a movie. So he goes to watch the movie. All of a sudden, Rebby comes out of nowhere, and she starts talking trash to Stokely. Stokely starts talking back. All of a sudden, Rebby's father comes from behind. Senor Benjamin comes from behind with a taser and starts tasing Stokely Hathaway. He's on the ground. He's on the ground. Wolfie and Maxwell return and start beating the crap out of Stokely Hathaway. So Stokely starts running. Bill and Paige cover the Hardys in gasoline. They're outside, and they're gonna set them on fire. Cassidy's been missing for a while, and then all of a sudden,
I saw this part.
all of a sudden, we just start hearing moaning sounds, and Big Bill, all of the firm is like, "What the hell is that?" They look up, and Isaiah Cassidy is on the top of the shipping container, and he belts out a big moan and just jumps on everybody and takes everybody out. This was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we go back to the ring. Now, the Rebby and the kids, they've all taken Hathaway down there. You're seeing it right now. They beat up Hathaway, and Maxwell lands a swanton bomb onto him and starts going crazy. He's yelling, delete, delete, delete. And Rebby's just like, okay, Maxwell, that was good. That's enough. We got to get you to bed now. This is past your bedtime. And she just takes him away.
What type of cake, Max?
Oh, man. Yo. Whew. Man, you ain't getting it. Goodness gracious. So after this, Moriarty is trying to put Brother Zay through a table, but it gets reversed. And then Big Bill is put through a table. Matt's calling on everybody to join him in the ring with Paige, who was by himself at this point. He gets surrounded. Enziguri by Isaiah. T-Bone by Hook. Old School by the Hardys. Twist of Fate by Matt. Swanton by Jeff Hardy. And they win the match after that. This was pretty funny. If we're ranking these under like all of these types of deletion matches that they've had, this wasn't like one of the best ones that you'll see, but this was still pretty hilarious. I like this a lot. So this was probably the best thing I've seen on Rampage in a long time.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't even know that they were doing that match on Rampage, so I missed the announcement somewhere. Because I would have made the effort to go ahead and watch it. I didn't know they was doing it. As far as the deletion matches, I mean, nothing's gonna top what Impact did.
No.
Like what him and Jeff did, shooting fireworks at each other and all that stuff. Like That was crazy. And then when they did it with Crazy Steve and what was the guy? What was the damn name of the tag team? Who was Crazy Steve partnering in his group? And they took on the Hardys.
Was that the group with Sammy Callahan? Or is that the group with that Violent by Design?
No, it was before that.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I can't remember the name of that group. But they had a woman in there too. Because her and Ribby got into it. Hey, I can't. That's gonna bother me too tonight. But
you said Zay coming out looking like a Blade character. Oh my god, yes. Man, Taurus was in that. I think. Yeah, I think the Lizard's right. Crazy Steve and Taurus were a team for a little bit, weren't they?
Yeah, but it was a big guy too. They had a big guy on the team, and they all had the crazy face paint. I think of it. But Decay, there you go. Thank you, Noel. Yes, Decay. Yeah, that was making me mad. I was getting mad. Appreciate it. But yeah, it sounded like a good show. From what I seen, it was. I mean, honestly, bro, when Jade won her match, I was like, I'm not watching this no more. And I turned it off.
Well, that's been your biggest problem with Jade is that they don't put her on Dynamite at all. They just keep her on Rampage and
just squashing a whole bunch of people that. But it doesn't. Nobody cares anymore because she's not beating nobody.
Well, I was gonna say nobody cares, and I don't think this is actually. I mean, she's getting experience. She went from not really wrestling at all, so I mean, she's getting experience, but she needs to get into the ring with like veterans. You know what I mean?
Somebody's gonna really put like what they did with Athena. That was her best match.
Still to this day.
Because
that's what 2 years ago now, or at least a year ago.
Yeah, about a year. Yeah. So like, put her in there with somebody. Like, mix her in. This woman has been dominating. Hasn't lost a match since she's been there, and she ain't came close to touching nobody like Britt. None of them. Like Paige. I'm sorry, Saraya. Tony Storm, like she ain't got close to interacting with them at all. Like she's beating Red Velvet and Kiera Hogan. Kiera's back now on Ring of Honor. I saw she made her return to Ring of Honor, so that's good to see that back. But just outside of Athena, and then you had this little quick run with Taya Valkyrie, which I didn't like the end to that, but. Especially if that's how it's gonna end, and you just move on. I didn't like that at all. So, but yeah, man, I don't like it. I don't like. I keep saying it. I don't like it. I'm trying not to go into a full rant, but I don't like it. The overall Rampage was another Rampage show. I have to go back and watch that Delete match because I just turned it off. But I'm gonna go back and watch that. You got any more thoughts on it?
Nope. That was Rampage for the week.
So, Rampage for the week. Let's go ahead and get the good news out for AEW. AEW setting records, making AEW history, and they might soon make history, period. But they're making AEW history. They already sold over 60,000 tickets, according to Tony Khan himself. I believe he said over $7 or $8 million made already from that event. Not one single match was announced.
Nothing has been announced yet. That I was gonna say. Thank you for saying that, because that's the biggest story out of all of this is that they sold 60,000 tickets. Nobody's been announced from any company. Even if it's gonna be a collaboration, nobody has been announced from anything. This is just off of AEW's name alone. They sold 60,000 tickets in 4 days. And this is already beaten. This is the biggest attendance record for WCW show back in their heyday.
At the Georgia Dome,
At the Georgia Dome. This is beating Cardiff, the WWE show that they just had, because they sold 55,000 tickets. So right now, this is just blowing everything out of the water right now. This is
killing SummerSlam. SummerSlam had 40,000.
Yeah, this is a huge win for AEW right now.
Huge. And this brings me back to our conversation we had when they first announced it 4 weeks ago when we got on here. And I even posted this clip on TikTok, and a lot of WWE random homers got mad. I'm just taking up for AEW. I said, fool, I ain't one of them. So don't come to my page that shit. And he never responded again after I charged him up. But the clip was me saying if they do anything over 25,000, I would consider it a success. just because the most they've done was in New York was the show you went to, and there was 22,000 people.
Grand Slam, yeah.
And that was the highest AEW gate ever. So anything over 25,000 is considered a success because they just broke their highest gate.
And again, they didn't even announce anything for that either.
So
I literally bought my ticket to Grand Slam, and then like the week after they announced that Omega and Danielson were going to be in that show. So like, yeah, I was agreeing with you. Like 30,000 would be a win for them, but realistically, I think people underestimate just the name brand that AEW has built up for themselves to this point now. So
and just the power of going overseas to the UK. I said it on that same episode. I said, yo, they're more popular in the UK than WWE is right now. And I believe Get the Table said they would need help to sell 50,000. And we both said, nah, they don't need help to sell 50,000. And then I said, put Kenny Omega in the main event. I think you said somebody else. You said you wanted to see Okada.
No, I want to see Ospreay there because he's from England.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They will blow up if he shows up there. That would be crazy.
But
and part of me is thinking because they're setting up a tournament right now in New Japan, and Will Ospreay, I'm assuming, is going to win it because that would be the only good thing that would make sense for Kenny Omega's title. I would hold off on Forbidden Door. At Forbidden Door, what I would do is I would have a match between the Elite. That is in June? July? It's close. Forbidden Door 2. June 25th. So, yeah, next month.
Oh, wow.
And we got oh, my God, AEW. I keep saying this. It's the summer of AEW. Forget the summer of Punk. Forget everything. Because, like, they've got, for what? They have Double or Nothing happening this month. Next month, they've got Forbidden Door. Then, I think, like, in August, they're going to have All Out.
And
week later, All In. And CM Punk's going to be coming back. They're going to be starting a second show with CM Punk before that. So that's happening in August too. This AEW is gearing up to have one of the most, like, the biggest financial, like, summer that they've ever had in company history. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's dope to see. And it's been a great week in the wrestling period. So you have WWE going to Puerto Rico, selling out, packing that arena twice, 2 nights back to back. Great atmosphere. You got Trinity, Impact picking up Trinity. She had a fire promo back and forth with Deonna Purrazzo this past Thursday night that aired on Access TV and on their YouTube. So now she has a match that's set up for next week. That's a huge pickup for a company like Impact to get a former SmackDown Women's Champion. And Trinity just got a name, right? And she's a Fatu now because she's married to Jimmy. So that's huge. That's huge. And then you got AEW. I wrote my article. I wrote my first wrestling article, and literally a day later, it wasn't even accurate no more because Tony Khan announced a day later that it went from 43,000 that I wrote about to over 50,000. I was like, well, damn, TK, like you killed that, so now I got to write another one, and which I held off on because I knew he was gonna make another announcement, and which he did. Literally a day after that, saying it was over 60,000. So I'm just gonna wait until maybe like another few weeks or so to do another article about why AEW All In is a success already. But my article still stands. It's a success because they've already broken their records as far as money and as far as their gate. So it's dope. And then you got people lying on social media, which I'm about to go on a rant on y'all. This is the reason I'm bringing up all this good stuff in wrestling that's happening this week, because it's been a great week across the board for every single brand. Chump ass, what's good, man? It's been a great week for all wrestling brands across the board. Impact, AEW, WWE, even GCW doing shows, and setting up shows for their weekend shows, I should say. And what y'all doing on the internet? Y'all all day arguing and bitching and crying and lying, telling lies. You got people reporting that, All Out was scaled to only hold 45,000. Tony Khan immediately shut that down. And that came from an ESPN person. So he shut that down immediately, and then right after that announced 50,000. Right after that announced 60,000+. And you have people like what's it called, Wrestling Ticks, that actually shows you the arena.
Yeah, Wrestle Ticks is actually a very accurate and reliable source when it comes to ticket sales in wrestling. Yeah.
So it's actually scaled for right now, which it might change. It was actually scaled for, I believe, 69,000. The way it was set up, but they might have to do something different. And look, they already got the ramp set up like the boxing round when Tyson Fury fights out there. I don't know if you saw that Canelo entrance that I just posted on Twitter.
Yeah, I was just I did.
That's how they got it set up.
Bro, I got spooked every time I see something about like I saw the who was it? What's his name? The Gypsy King. What's his name?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. Yeah, that entrance where they were all singing his like song to when he sat on that throne. Man, like
same
Wembley
arena.
looks insane. Like I don't understand why WWE's only done this once. I don't know why they wouldn't have gone back. That's because they would have been able to sell out easy too.
When they was gonna do Money in the Bank, and I don't know what happened there. Speaking of that, people getting on the internet lying. WWE couldn't sell out Wembley, so that's why they moved it to London to U2 Arena. No. Like that's not the case at all. Like again, people lying, and wrestling fans are so fucking dumb. So dumb because you believe anything somebody tell your ass. I really wish this video of JD would play. Matter of fact, we'll do it later. It's gonna play because I put it on Twitter so I can just show it from there. But
Ty, what's up? How you doing, man? Long time no see.
He said they'll get 80K. Still crazy, dude. They don't have to sell any more tickets for me, and I'm fine. Again, WrestleMania did 40,000 in the 80,000 stadium just this past summer in Tennessee, and they killed it. It was still a great crowd. It's 40,000 people. They got what, 65,000 or 61,000, whatever Tony announced.
I mean, I saw people. What is it called? I saw before WrestleTix put up the space of the venue that AEW was selling tickets for. I saw people were saying oh yeah, this is all that they can do because they blacked out the entire. Like they went into Photoshop, blacked out the entire back part, and they're saying they're not even selling half of the crowd. I'm just like, bro, what is going on?
That's
bro?
just a lie. That's an 80.
That's crazy. Like you're gonna reach that far just because you don't like a company that you're gonna just go out of your time to Photoshop a picture, and just say, oh no, they can't do that. That's crazy. People are actually crazy about this. The tribalism is nuts, and I don't understand it, bro. It's like don't watch that other show if you really don't like it, bro. Like I watch everything because I like all these companies. Like
exactly, and I like the talent. Like I want to support the talent. Like Trinity is one of my favorite wrestlers, women's wrestlers, and she went to Impact, so I'm gonna make sure I watch her on Impact. It's the same with like Adam Page. Adam Page was one of my favorite wrestlers. He went to AEW. I'm not gonna not watch it because I feel a certain way or I grew up on WWE. I grew up on WWE, but I want to watch Adam Page. I want to watch Kenny Omega. I want to watch Danielson and Moxley and all these people that came from WWE and the people that homegrown. Like I want to watch these people. So like all this, I love him in WWE, but as soon as Sasha Banks leave, she's trash. She's scum. As soon as Naomi leave, she's trash. She's scum. Oh, look, she's wrestling in front of 200 people at Impact. She's happy. That's all that matters.
People that are trashing on Mercedes. They're just like, oh yeah, she only went to a place in Japan and that only see like 5,000 people. It's just like, do you not realize? I was like, yeah. I'm like, also, I was like, do you not realize that like this was like the biggest show that they ever did number wise on a street? So let me tell you something about Stardom, because this is this is like their biggest fault is that they don't.
Let's get a dark red on Stardom. Let's go, baby.
So I would say Stardom's biggest fault is that they don't put their pay-per-views when they're happening live on their streaming service, Stardom World, which is like New Japan does it. We see WWE do it on Peacock. I think it would be a much better idea for them to do that. But Stardom does pay-per-views instead, which you have to go out, click on a link, buy it and all that shit. And this was the biggest bought Stardom show that they have had ever on a live night that it was happening. Exactly. Like people actually actively went out and bought this. And to say that she had nothing to do with it or not give her any credit just because she's not in WWE anymore, that's wild. That's wild, man.
And look, people saying the same thing. Trinity ain't gonna help. She already did. She already brought up ratings just for her promo this week. Just because people love Naomi, aka Trinity. Like, bro, stop being a dick rider to these companies who don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. They just there for your money and your rating. Even if you go there to boo, they don't care because you paid to watch them. That's all they care about. That's the bottom line. Like, Tony Khan might care about his fans' opinions because he's a social media guy. And sometimes that backfires on him too, because he cares a little too much sometimes. And sometimes he should just really do what he want to do and go on by his show. But it is what it is. Tony Khan is a fan that just so happened to have money and had wrestlers come to him, say, hey man, you got this investment. We know you're a huge fan. Let's build this company together. And Tony's going to stand for his company, which he should do. Because again, he's a fan first. He wasn't a businessman like that. His dad does the NFL and soccer that he helps with. But Tony Khan is a wrestling fan. It's like one of us starting, just hit the lottery or something and we start a company. We're gonna do similar shit to Tony Khan. As much as I make fun of Tony Khan and we like call him, oh, he's coked out sometimes because his eyes be all crazy. That man gets zero sleep.
Next week on Dynamite. On Dynamite next week.
Right. Like, I'm not gonna fucking take it anymore. It's just like Tony Khan, bro. It's just, yo, if we were doing what Tony Khan is doing, just randomly, and we're learning on the fly, we probably would have been doing the same thing Tony Khan is doing.
Actually, there's a segment on what is it called? All Access. I saw on Twitter where Sammy was talking. Yeah, I was gonna say Sammy was talking to Tony Khan, and he just laid out an entire plan that went out like months ahead at a time. Yep. He's like, this is where we are now, and this is where you're gonna be. And I was like, good lord.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I got mixed feelings about that, because sometimes I feel like certain stories should take a change,
which is what he was
just due to the crowd.
Yeah, which is what he was trying to say too, or Sammy at the time was trying to say. And I was actually agreeing with Sammy, because I remember they were talking about the whole like trios thing with Jericho and Action Andretti and all that.
Right.
And I was just like, that was good for Action Andretti, but yeah.
And like, he needs to, if he's gonna plan it out like that, kind of do what Max do with his E-Fed. If somebody gets hurt or if somebody wins that wasn't supposed to win, what are we gonna do here? Like, if something goes wrong, this is the backup. That's the only thing about that, the way he's doing it. Because if something does happen that wasn't supposed to happen, then he's kind of lost. So Jay needs to lose the title, man. You need to shut up. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? You don't come here talking about Jay losing no title. They need to book her better. That's what they need to do. What up, Ty? But yeah, man. All these companies had a great week. And then even if you're a WWE homer that's mad because AEW is doing great things right now, don't forget, they just went to Cardiff, sold out. They just went to Canada, sold out. They just went to Puerto Rico for 2 nights, sold out. SummerSlam was SummerSlam. I mean, it was still 40,000 people. You just had freaking 2-night WrestleMania in LA. Royal Rumble is in a stadium now. You're going to London for Money in the Bank. Like, WWE is fine. So stop bitching and crying, because there's another company out here that's starting to get that success. They're about to go to Saudi. People shit on Saudi. I get it. Saudi throws WrestleMania money towards them and the talent. Some of them actually probably make more in Saudi than they do at WrestleMania. So just, I don't like throwing that one out, but that is one to throw out, WWE fan, if y'all want to throw it out there. So I'm just saying, like, it's enough for WWE, and they can share the wealth, and without even sharing their own wealth, because AEW is doing it on their own dime.
And they're giving more people opportunities, giving out more jobs. I mean, that part is the funniest thing to me. It's just like, oh yeah, we don't want this other company to succeed. It's just like, oh, so you want to see a bunch of people just be fired and lose their jobs, and yeah, it's just like, that's great. I love that energy.
Then if WWE does another budget cut season,
then we get a whole bunch of exactly.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be crying. But you online fighting and bitching about one company doing something. Oh, this, then you're lying. Like, get a life, or eat a bag of dicks, or do both. Touch some grass, go get a lady or something, or do something like play with yourself or something. Like you release that negative energy that you got going on, because you got a lot of stuff built up in your heart, or you that much of a loser to sit here and be a tribe. You had people talking shit to Mickie James just because she was happy Trinity was an Impact. They was literally talking shit to Mickie James. Mickie James had to start arguing with people on Twitter. Mickie don't do that.
That's crazy.
Like what? Y'all piss Mickie James off till she's arguing with people? Like Mickie don't argue with people on Twitter. Like she's one of the nicest wrestlers ever. Like she normally ignores stuff like that. But y'all pissed her off. Like it's just so stupid. Exactly, Max. Exactly. Like
yeah.
New
Japan is even. Yeah, I was gonna say these past couple of pay-per-views that New Japan has been dope. They're bringing back a lot of the stars that were on Excursion. We're getting fresh match. We have a brand new a champion that has never been champion before. Kata's not champion. So thank God we're seeing a lot of great new fresh matchups. The best of the Super Juniors about to start, and Mike Bailey's gonna be in it. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, it's exactly what he said. Every company is thriving right now. There's no reason to just hate. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Mike Bailey, he had a fire match with Jonathan Gresham Thursday too. That was dope.
Those two don't miss, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, that was dope. Jonathan Gresham got the win on that on Impact. But man, it's annoying, dude. Like I really want to just delete my whole dope content Twitter page. Mm-hmm. And what I've been doing, I just go to my main page, man. But you still see it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Twitter now algorithm is so messed up where you just seeing stuff from people you're not even following. And I have to remember to hit the following tab on there, because if not, then I'm gonna see all the BS. So every company, but NWA, but okay, so NWA, we don't like what they're doing because who they have as champion, and I don't care for Tyrus at all. So,
I don't care how Billy Corgan is running that company anymore, honestly.
Exactly. So I mean, it is, but they're still, according to Billy, they're still making the type of money and making more money than they ever had right now. According to Billy. This is what Billy said just last week. So
good for them then, I guess.
Yeah. And then, like, if you want to add another one, let's add MLW. They are now starting to do premium live events now. That was announced this week.
Who? What?
MLW is they're about to start doing premium live events now.
Oh, okay.
So I forgot the owner. What's the owner name of MLW? Do you know him? Do you know his name?
Corey Bauer, I think. Court Bauer. Yeah.
So he got on Busted Open, and he announced that they're starting to do that now. So they're gonna have premium live events. So now, instead of just having the MLW shows just going from one week to another, and the payoff is doing the weekly show, they're gonna have payoffs now. And and then the next thing is to do the live weekly shows, which I think he already announced they're doing the live weekly shows now on Fight TV or something like that. He made 2 announcements in the past month. I can't remember what the first one was. I think they had a channel. They worked out a deal with some type of channel to get a weekly show and now they got the premium live events, aka pay-per-views or whatever you want to call it. So everybody is striving. Everybody is working. Even the indie scenes, it's a lot of independent wrestlers that come to Dallas and Texas and do things. Booker T is doing his thing out there. Out there in Maine, they still doing their thing out there.
Oh, Limitless? Oh yeah. We're getting Timothy Thatcher at the end of the month. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Everybody is working. Should nobody be arguing about nothing, unless it's a friendly argument on who you think should win a match or something.
There's no way. They can't have friendly arguments on Twitter. What are you talking about, though?
It's just stupid. Like everybody, this is the best, dude. Everybody is working. Everybody's getting paid.
Right now, we are living in the best timeline. But you will only know that if you are a what's it called? If you're thinking on a different level. If you're enlightened, you understand that this is the best timeline for wrestling right now, and that nothing is going wrong. But if you're delusional, then you're thinking, oh, AEW sucks, they need to fail. Oh, WWE sucks, they need to fail. And that's crazy.
And this is just stupid. And you let people like keep listening to JDs from NYs. Keep listening to them because them the ones that keep hyping y'all up and building a following off you dumbasses. This is what you are. You a dumbass. And because he just says stuff, he yells to the top of his lungs every week. Vince McMahon is doing this. Vince McMahon is doing that. Who was Vince McMahon in Puerto Rico? Did you hear anything about Vince this week from Fightful or anything?
Did not.
Oh, but JD said Vince McMahon was going to book Omos to beat Seth Rollins, and Omos is going to challenge Roman Reigns at Night of Champions. That wasn't a prediction. That was his spoiler.
He didn't even get announced for the tournament.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Before we get off of that, let's give you the announcements for the tournament, and then we do our power rankings, and we're done. We're done for the day. I guess we make our predictions for the tournament too, based off of what we got. So the World Heavyweight Championship tournament for Raw, you got 6 people: Shinsuke Nakamura, The Miz, or whatever, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. That's for Raw. SmackDown, you got Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, AJ, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Edge, surprisingly. So it's 2 triple threat matches. Let's predict who's going to be in each match, and then just predict the winner for each. So on Raw, out of those 6, I see it being Cody, Finn, and Miz in one. And then the other one is going to be Shinsuke, Damian Priest, and Seth. Then I got Seth and Cody winning, and then they face off, and Seth should win that match and finally get his revenge on Cody. What you think on for Raw?
I think, I agree with Cody and Seth. And yeah, Seth has to win. Seth has to win this match. I swear to God.
A lot of people keep asking for Finn. Finn ain't getting through. I'm telling y'all. Finn is not going over Cody or Seth. I'm sorry. Y'all might as well lay that to rest.
You know what I would actually like? I would like for Cody to not even win the 3-way. I would rather see Finn. I'd rather see Finn and Seth go at it.
Yes, that would be great.
Callback. That's what I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna put that into the universe right there. That's what I want. I want Finn and Seth on Raw, and then I want Seth to still go over. But I think this would be a much fresher match. And then SmackDown, I want AJ. I want AJ and
AJ and Edge.
No, maybe? I want AJ and Ray. I want AJ and Ray in the main event of SmackDown, and I want AJ going over.
I think Ray gonna get screwed.
Oh, the LWO. I mean, not the LWO, but Judgment Day will probably come out. So wait,
well, actually, no, they on Raw, so yeah.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He doesn't have any enemies yet. Oh, wait, what about Karrion Kross? Are they
Kross is on
still?
Raw?
No, he's feud. What?
Oh, did he get?
You sure?
No, he's on SmackDown, but he was feuding with Shinsuke.
Yeah.
But
Shinsuke's on Raw.
Yeah, Shinsuke's on Raw. Where did Karrion Kross go?
I don't know.
I thought Karrion was drafted to Raw. Huh. I could have sworn he was drafted to Raw. Were they doing a title exchange? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, the best way for me, it was have Cody and Seth in the same triple threat match, and Seth gets the win. That way Cody doesn't take the pin. Cody still looks strong, but Seth moves on to fight whoever else from the other triple threat match. That's how I would book it. Cody gets thrown out the ring, Seth pins whoever else there that's in that triple threat match. Crosses on SmackDown. Okay.
Yep, I just saw that. Yep. I was gonna say I've been looking down a lot of names.
Yeah, I couldn't.
He was a late pick. He was a late pick. Holy smokes.
And then
you know what's funny? He was still picked before Ronda. He was picked right before Ronda.
I'm telling you, Ronda just because 2-3 years ago, Ronda's instantly a first round draft pick. Like there's no doubt about it. It's Roman and Ronda. But Dude, don't get me started, Adam. Don't get me started on this, please. I don't understand it either.
The only thing that would have made sense is if Roman was putting his name in here, but
this is so
hopefully
stupid.
Maybe that's what happens. Maybe the Bloodline takes out one of the competitors and Roman puts himself in here. Because I just need Roman to be in this, and I'm gonna be holding on until the last second, like hoping that he gets into this match. Because man, if he's not at least going to Night of Champions, then that doesn't make any sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now that they announced that the SmackDown competitors involved, now I'm with you with the whole Roman thing in it, because it's stupid to put SmackDown people involved in a match. You're really telling us, okay, now we know you can't beat Roman, so hey, we'll risk you going to Raw if you win that championship and going to Raw and just be the champ over there. That is stupid. It shouldn't be SmackDown competitors in it at all if it's not Roman.
I want Lashley to be because Lashley and Seth both haven't lost Roman, so it's the only ones on either side that if they got the title, I wouldn't be upset. But
yeah, exactly. So I haven't even did my SmackDown one, but yeah, that's it. Seth and Lashley. But if Edge is in it, Edge is they're gonna have Edge win, and it might be Edge versus Seth for the finals. I mean, because we're going to Saudi Arabia for this, so it's gonna be Edge versus Seth most likely. And like you said, they got history. Yeah. Hey, Saudi love the attitude era.
They had the hell of a sell in Saudi, didn't they?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the match.
When will the Usos get turned by Solo? Shit, I don't know. We talked about that earlier. We got to watch it and see. I'm not JD from NY. I'm not gonna make stupid ass predictions that I have no clue about without any type of facts to back it up.
It's gonna happen next week.
I'm telling you right now. This Monday night, Solo's gonna super kick. Like, I'm not. No, we can predict. We can make our predictions and tell you what we think is gonna happen. Like we just said, Bobby and Seth. I'm sorry, Edge and Seth, because we have a reason to say it and it makes sense. I'm not just gonna yell out anything. So. You got to go to JD from NY for that, or all these other mark ass podcasters, fake ass reporters that don't know shit, that just be making up stuff on the spot. Yeah. So I'm trying to read all the comments before Bloodline it's getting stale with KO and Sammy. Yeah, I agree with that, but the overall Bloodline, no. The KO and Sammy stuff is stale with the Bloodline, with the Usos, but the storyline, nah. It's just getting started, buddy. They told you this. They told you this is a lot of turns they can make right now, and they setting them up. So don't tell me the Usos getting the tag. They're not getting the tag titles, but they on Raw. I mean, they on SmackDown. So
yeah, I need to know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with these tag titles.
They need to make new titles, man.
But can Sammy and
they could go on both shows.
They can?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Cole said that last night. You bet
the
Good Brothers win the tag
Draft
titles.
is already dead.
Draft been dead.
How can they? That's what I'm saying. How can they go on both brands, but they needed to make a new world title, and Roman has to stay on SmackDown? Roman, the most dominant champion you have in your company, can't go between brands with two belts. That's crazy. What? See, this one, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are we doing here? What is going on?
And then you got SmackDown guys fighting for that Raw title, and not Roman. Sammy is not going to Saudi. I can tell you that. Yeah,
Sammy will never go. Sammy will never ever go to Saudi.
Exactly.
Ever.
This is why the feud. This is why I think it's over with.
Why?
Because the next thing is in 2 weeks is Sammy going to Saudi. They're not going to do that. So it's time for the Usos and them to move on. So.
And I hope so.
Yeah, I think it ended last night.
What would you say if you see the Usos attack them on Raw tomorrow?
Brother, first of all, they ain't supposed to be there.
I know, on the first night of the separate drafts. That'd be hilarious. I would laugh my ass off at that happened.
No, they not even supposed to be there. If they show up, dude, I'm gonna turn the TV off. I might break my TV. I might throw my remote at my TV if that happens. I would go full IWC mode
Bro.
If I see the Usos come in and attack them, bro, no, I'm sorry.
Dope said, nah, I ain't fucking with this at
No,
all.
no,
said,
bro.
Nope.
That part of the storyline, that chapter, I'm done with. It's so much more to do. That chapter, I'm done with. I'm sorry. This been going on for a while. Come on, man, build up some other tag team. You just drafted a whole bunch of tag teams and all this. Like, build these guys up.
I'm telling you, that's what they got. It's not hard. You have actually a lot of tag teams, and like the showcase at WrestleMania was one of the highlights of night one. So it's like you guys have so many great tag teams. You need to start giving them attention. You need to start doing something. And Sammy and Kevin will work well with all of them. So
yeah. So
man,
tomorrow's gonna be interesting. That's pretty much all I can say. I can't wait to see how they're gonna start these storylines. I know we got the 2 triple threat match and then 1 match, so that's 6 people for 3 matches right there. But storyline wise, can't wait to see what's gonna happen. WWE, why y'all look? Stop asking me. I don't know. Again, I'm not JD from NY. I'm not gonna just yell some shit that I know nothing about.
Ooh, what do you think? What if Roman cost? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Never mind. I mean, it could happen because it doesn't make any sense.
Like, look, we're not gonna find out about Roman's opponent until Friday. That's what WWE told me. That's what I'm gonna go with. Ain't nobody built up, so I don't know who's gonna fight Roman, and if they do Bobby versus Roman just so Bobby can take a L,
I think it's too soon.
It's gonna be a problem. Yeah,
way too soon for that.
Nah, hey, chump ass. The stuff that I know the answers on, I tell you about it, and then it end up coming true. And so if I'm telling you I don't know, I don't know. I'm telling you, bro.
Aaron Rodgers that was a wild prediction. No, it's not even prediction. That was a spoiler. Hey, man. I said it on Instagram. Hey, Dope is the insider in the NFL. He's getting all the facts and he's bringing them here.
Like some shit I can just pick out because it makes sense. But if I don't know nothing, I'm not gonna get on stream. Like, we can text each other off stream and I'll be like, hey, I think this is gonna happen. I'm not gonna get on stream that's recorded and all that shit so you can come back and get me. Nah. It's not happening. So stop asking me about Roman. I don't know. Reportedly AJ Styles. AJ just got back. Why? For Saudi Arabia, whatever. I don't care. Roman's gonna win anyway. Like, Roman's gonna win, and I still think he should lose it at SummerSlam. Cody should win Money in the Bank. I'm sticking by that. I'm not changing my thought process on that. Cody should win Money in the Bank. I originally said Jay or somebody, but since we had the draft and Cody's on Raw, Cody should win Money in the Bank. And I don't know if Jay screws Roman because Jay didn't got beat down or irritated by Solo and Roman, and maybe that's how Roman gets taken out and Cody cash in like that. I still want Jay to be involved with Roman losing his title.
I think Cody has to win Money. But I would put Cody on some type of redemption road
or become a free agent.
Well,
I mean, shit, everybody else
is kind of dumb for not doing it. They said that what they said last night during the Backlash, during Omos's match, they're just like, yeah, MVP secured a lucrative deal to make Omos a free agent. I'm just like, why the hell aren't the other people trying to get their agents to do the same thing? This is crazy. Like, are you serious? MVP was the only guy there that was just like, bro, hey,
MVP and Brock without Paul Heyman.
That's crazy.
And Mr. Stone, Rob Stone. Rob Stone did it too. But Cody, the guy who already cut promos saying it's not over until his story is not over until he beats Roman. He's already cut that promo.
He literally said that after getting drafted to Raw. He's like,
he's not a free agent though.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but Von Wagner has a chance. Absolutely.
Von Wagner, Robert Stone is better than Cody Rhodes in negotiating apparently.
Yep.
So Von is just now getting. I mean, Rob is just now getting Von to even open up and talk about his life on NXT. So this is what it is. This Zion Quinn is a freak. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes,
that one was crazy. That was wild to me. That doesn't make any sense. Zion has been doing nothing. That was crazy.
But nobody wanted Carmelo or Braun. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't care who's gonna replace them. Like, be for real. Make this feel realistic. I don't want to hear that shit. Nobody wanted Wesley. Like, get out of here, dog.
Logan Paul is a free agent. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. Like, Where's Uncle Howdy? Uncle Howdy is wherever Bray is.
Oh, yes. So Bray, I guess it's Bray is out with he's sick with something. They did not specify what it was, but he's out because of an illness. You said the NXT Women division is growing to be a pretty good division.
I mean, they deep with young talent, but they got to now start building up more stars because they got gutted in the draft.
They, you know, who would have been perfect to bring up, to NXT, I guess, because she's on Level Up all the time, is Soruka. If she hadn't gotten injured,
she got injured.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she hadn't gotten injured, this would have been the right time to push her like hard. I think every match she's had,
they started to build her up too right before then.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but
yeah. We was gonna do power rankings. Do you have 5 that you can think of real quick?
2, 3.
Yeah, let me know if I play this video.
Yeah, go for it. I got it.
Shit, where is my power rankings video? There. It's been so long since I did the power ranking video. I didn't know where it was. Oh. All right, who you got? Who's your top 5?
So for number 5, I'm going to
chump ass. I'm gonna block you, bro. Talking about Omos.
Number 5, I'm going to give it to Carlito, because this man looked like $1 million coming out for that run-in. That was dope, and he got his shine. And I was really happy for him to be able to be there in Puerto Rico, because you could tell that meant a lot to him. Number 4, I give to oh boy.
Gets tough when you start saying it.
Yeah. Number 4, I'll give to Solo Sikoa. I'll give that to Solo Sikoa, because I think he's been doing a really good job these past couple of weeks, and he had a big role to play in that tag match, and he did it well. It was a lot of subtle things that I liked about Solo in this too. Like when they came to the ring, he was just staring a hole through Jay the entire time. Like when they were posing in the ring, he was staring at Jay. When he got onto the turnbuckle for Jay to go in, he just stared at Jay the whole time. Like it was just building up. All this stuff was building up. So I give Solo number 4. Number 3, I give to Damian Priest, because he did a really good job in carrying Bad Bunny in that match. And this to him is like his WrestleMania. So I'm very glad that he got this moment out in front of this crowd. And he had the match of the night too. Number 2, I'm going to give to what? Oh man, I'm blanking on her name right now. Zelina Vega, because that was just seeing her reaction out there was great. And the reaction that she received from the crowd was fantastic. And you could tell that this also was a really emotional night for her. I just hate that the match was so short and just kind of cut out of nowhere, but I really give it to Zelina. And my number 1 this week, I has to go to Bad Bunny, because that was nuts. Everything about this guy is incredible. Like his presence when he comes out, the fact that he was serenaded down to the ring and then to the back too. The crowd just kept singing for him when that music started playing. It was nuts. This was probably the best entrance I've seen this year so far, hands down. And the match itself was very well structured. Bad Bunny took all the spots that he was supposed to. Almost died, didn't. Yeah. But yeah, he ended up getting that bunny destroyer at the end too. It was nuts. So, man, yeah, that was a really good match that should have been in the main event. But yeah, no, Bad Bunny gets all the credit in the world for this. He did a really good job. So, but also shout out to Damian Priest for being there for him too. So I have a feeling that Bad Bunny was just like, if I'm working with somebody, I want it to be Damian, because they worked a lot during that WrestleMania run. So he said that table spot was sick. Yes, when Damian delivered the broken arrow to Bad Bunny onto the stack tables, that was nuts. Oh my god!
I thought he was gonna reverse it. I didn't know he was gonna take that damn spot. I was like, oh,
holy smokes! Yeah, he said motherfucker did a Michinoku driver off rip. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
I thought he was on one last night. He delivered. Oh man.
And then Cole not knowing his moves called the Falcon Arrow, another Michinoku driver. I was like, hold on now, Cole. But top 5, that's cool. Mine is a little difficult, man. I'm gonna have a couple of. I'm trying to see if I want to take 5 out and just put it as an honorary one. But right now, 5 is Trinity, making her debut in Impact, doing her thing, killing it. Number 4, Judgment Day as a unit. They had a busy week. Finn coming out with his promos, with Dom getting booed out the arenas, got the heat on him. Rhea having her match with
they might be the second biggest faction in WWE next to the Bloodline. These guys are crazy. And then
Priest having his match with Bad Bunny. So Judgment Day as a whole, number 4. Number 3, LWO. That was a big week for them. The LWO has been pretty much on fire since forming too. They over with the crowd, and not just in Puerto Rico. They over here in America as well. And it's pushing people like Zelina to finally start getting recognized as a singles competitor, which WWE never really did. Even with her winning the Queen of the Ring, they still really didn't push her like that. So
I'll tell you what, though, this is exactly what they need to, because WWE has a big problem in their women's division right now, and it's finding people to go against their champions.
Yeah,
because they have built up to what's her name, Bianca, to be a mega threat that seemingly nobody can get against now. But and the same thing with Rhea Ripley. So Ripley's just in a league of her own right now. It's nuts. So they need to do something. They need to find challengers. So like that's a good thing that you pointed out. It's good that they are putting Zelina on her own. So that's good.
I would do champion versus champion, non-title match, SummerSlam, Rhea versus Bianca.
We're gonna see some type of screwy finish if that happens.
I don't know if it's gonna be any bigger match for SummerSlam in the women's division versus them. So, number 2. I actually gave it to Bad Bunny. I gave number 2 to Bad Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Chop at Rhea. You know what? Dom might have smacked once. I'm just saying and.
He being Buddy getting upset, bro.
Yeah, Buddy, he acting real insecure right now, like he ain't too sure. And Rhea's putting his name on them cheeks. So I think Dom got a lady too, but they travel all the time. Edge and Lita, we seen it happen. So, and that's when Matt was in the company. So hey. Don't get me started on all the other affairs happening, Batista and them and all. Yeah. So yeah.
Matt broke his damn tailbone in that cage match they had, just so he could just do a leg drop off the top of the cage.
Yeah. So
sad. I was like, this guy's crazy.
That's a whole episode in itself, talking about the scandals and backstage. We might need to do a scandals episode. Melina, but yeah. Number 1, I gave it to Io and Bianca for their match. I just loved everything about it. I love how Io got her shine. I love how the crowd showed Io her respect. I love how Bianca sold for Io, and Bianca. You could tell that both of them enjoyed themselves in that match. They were happy. Like Bianca, you could tell when she's frustrated, when somebody's not moving as quickly as she needs them to move, or being in the right spots. Bianca shows her frustration, which she kind of needs to work on in the ring. You know when she's frustrated, and you know when she's having fun. So she had a blast with Io. I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I feel like it's gonna be Io versus Bayley eventually. So, and we'll see what happens with that. But that match alone, man, I loved everything about it. Great atmosphere for it. It's just, I'm a huge Io fan. I'm a huge Bianca fan. So I'm kind of biased with this pick. I knew they was gonna slap, especially being in Puerto Rico. If this was in America, I felt like it wouldn't been the same. So, because the American crowd don't appreciate shit, and then the way the American crowd treats Damage Control is like us, because we like, what the hell are they doing with Damage Control? So, he said honorable mention for Bayley helping Bianca break Becky's record. The honorable mention for Bayley and her outfit.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. Oh my God.
So yeah, there you go. If that happens, then Dakota versus Bianca should happen. What? Why should Dakota fight Bianca for the title? Bianca has already ran through Dakota. Why should he fight?
Because it's Dakota fan. That's why.
I didn't even look at the name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Listen, I said I will. Hey, shout out to Bailey. That was a hand claps to Bailey. I was so happy to see Bailey come to the ring. That was great. But yeah, that's it for you. That's it for the day, man. Much love to everybody that came out. Good show today. We went. I wanted to end it right at 2 hours, but we at 2:04 right now. So, but it's still not bad. We had a lot to talk about. We brought the power rankings back this week. We vent on the WWE. I'm sorry, not WWE, but the IWC fans. We had record break. I'm just losing all my words right now. Record setting accomplishment by AEW. What else? Backlash. So it was a lot to talk about. So great episode today. Anything you want to promote before we get off?
Yep. MTDW will be getting off the ground soon. We're starting season 2. I need some people. If you are interested in being a part of MTDW this year, there is going to be a Create a Wrestler Championship title and a division. So if you want in and you're subscribed, go ahead and send me your tag so I can go download the character and I can get you in to all the storylines and everything that'll be happening this year. We'll also put you into the rest of the roster, probably, maybe. Got people in this roster include Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Okada. It's gonna be a huge thing that we're doing this year. So if you want in on that, just make sure to subscribe and then give me your handles.
There you go. So hold on, I'm sorry. I got stuff popping up on my screen. I need to get off my screen. But shout out to everybody for coming through. Dopecontent.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not on dopecontent.com, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out. I got a lot of exclusives. I got a lot of articles that I'm starting to post. I got a couple of people that's trying to audition to join the team for the website. A couple of fishing ones and a couple of ones that might be, worth something. So we're building up. If you want to support the brand, do it there. There's a PayPal button there. I'd rather you do it there versus Twitter and YouTube. We writing wrestling articles, we writing TV entertainment articles, we writing sports articles. I'm in good with the WNBA and Dallas Wings, like I told y'all I would be a year and a half ago. So we there. That's another goal. We already know about the XFL, so I'll be at the championship game unless something changed last minute this Saturday. So I'll be in San Antonio. Might run it to get the tables because he's out there. So man, y'all stay up to date. This summer I'm gonna have exclusive interviews that I'm not putting on YouTube or Twitch. If you want to keep up with dope content, you need to go to dopecontent.com, and it's gonna be interviews y'all want to see. I'm not gonna name no names right now, but in the wrestling community, we working on some. Dark got one that we're doing that we talked about. That one will be on YouTube or whatever, because I think I'm going to record that and I want Dark to be able to post it as well. So that'll be on YouTube. I don't know if we're gonna do that one live though, Dark. I gotta tell you that one. Okay. You might have to record that and just post it. But fine. Actually, you know what? That the way where you can get it, I will post it on website exclusive and you post it on your YouTube. So my YouTube won't interfere with your post. Okay. So that's the way we can do that one. But I know with that person we might have to record it. So yeah, dopecontent.com. That's really all I can tell you. Stay up to date. You can actually subscribe to the website for free. We don't do spam emails, nothing like that. And you'll stay up to date with everything we got going. All the content that we got coming, it's all there. All you gotta do is put your email in there. Nothing else. You ain't gotta do nothing else. That's easy. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. But before we go, I got this one video I want to play for y'all to prove my point of what I was talking about earlier. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Let's pull this shit up. Made this by one of y'all favorites.
Triple H is not completely in charge. So no matter what you want to say about me,
always blaming Vince McMahon. Why don't you blame Triple H?
Help me understand. Help me understand.
This is why I blame Vince McMahon.
This is what he said last week.
Everything you see at the top of the card is Vince McMahon's fault. It is not Triple H's creative at the top of the card.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Why Omos was drafted to free agency. They are going to have him beat Seth Rollins at Backlash, and then have Omos go into Night of Champions.
Shut your ass up.
What? And he's a free agent. He can show up on SmackDown and confront Roman Reigns. He's going to beat Seth Rollins, and he's going to challenge Roman Reigns at Night of Champions for the 1,000-day title reign in the opening match of Night of Champions.
Let's see what actually happened. Oh yeah, I already know, D-Web. I appreciate you. That's your king? That's your king? Gets laughed at around here. That's your king? Yeah, appreciate you, D-Web. D-Web always coming through subbing on stuff, man. I appreciate you, bruh. But yeah, if y'all would like that content, y'all can stay over there with that. If y'all like being lied to and yelled at for not paying money for his opinions, please stay over there. Look at Rob. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see him?
What do you say? Oh my God. What do we say? At
Rob,
the top of the show, we said this shit. Bro, oh my God. Rob,
Right.
Hey, you're something else.
Take your ass dopecontent.com, put your email in there at the bottom and subscribe, Rob. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's the only way I'm gonna forgive you for being a late ass every day, Rob. That's the only way. It don't matter. You got a phone, don't you? Put us on the cell phone, Rob. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. We'll see. I'll go look at the list. You can't lie to me about this one. So, but y'all be safe, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Much love to y'all. I don't have nothing else. Duck, you got anything else?
I have nothing else to say. This was a really good show. Send your characters to me. I need some people for this creator wrestler thing. So
yeah,
just make sure to message me on Twitter or here, and I'll get you in there.
Bet. There it is. Like I said, mine. I'm not even starting mine till at least the end of the month because I'm trying to finish work and I've been running around like a maniac. Like I got a headache doing this whole show just because I've been no rest. So trying not to wear myself out, but I got shit I'm trying to do. So like I got goals. So it is what it is. I'm trying to make this dope content a legit company by the time my oldest son is 18. He's 11 right now. So I got a couple of years, but time flies as well. So yeah. Got the LLC, got the paperwork. We're getting there and we starting to do stuff. We building that resume up. So much love to y'all. Y'all be safe. Dark, you already on the team, buddy. But if you want to start like trying to apply for media credentials and to certain things over there in that area, I can help you as best as I can. I can't guarantee you nothing, but I'm starting to get in a little more with some of these people, so I can help you out a little bit. You know, I still gotta shoot my shot with this WWE stuff. We gotta see how that work out before I can start saying that. So I know once I get the name in there, we're good to go. That's the hardest part, just getting your name in there. Once your name is in there, you're good from then on. And anybody that applies under that name is in. So all right. That's how I've been getting my uncle into like XFL and all that stuff. He doesn't do anything but take pictures. I just brought him in as my photographer. And as soon as he put my name, in there, it was cool. You with him? Let's go. So that's how we doing it, man. But much love to y'all once again.
Content name carries clout. You heard it.
We're trying to get it, buddy. We're trying to get it. So and I'm soon about to trademark this budget cut thing for somebody to try to steal it too. So yeah. We got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I'm gonna end up going to a whole nother conversations, and we're not gonna do that here on stream. So y'all be safe, and I am out. We're out. Dope content and MT Darkness. Be safe.